Andres de AA Sports here with more news regarding the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Now that we know which teams will play each other in the group stage following the World Cup group draw, the start times for every game in the 2026 FIFA World Cup were also announced over the weekend. And we now know what time every game in the tournament will start, from the opening match all the way to the final. With that, here are some notable games and their start times. The 2026 FIFA World Cup final in New York will be a day game starting at 12 p.m. noon Pacific time, 2 p.m. in Ciudad de Mexico and Guadalajara on July 19th. And both semifinal games on July 14th and 15th respectively will also start at this time. The round of 16 game at Estadio Azteca on July 5th will be a night game starting at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. in the time zone for Ciudad de Mexico and Guadalajara. And Estadio Azteca and Estadio Monterrey's round of 32 games will both start at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. in Ciudad de Mexico and Guadalajara. Estadio Azteca's round of 32 game will be on June 30th, while Estadio Monterrey's will be the day before on June 29th. As for the very first elimination round game, it will take place on June 28th at 12 p.m. noon Pacific time, 2 p.m. in Ciudad de Mexico and Guadalajara. It will be played in Los Angeles the day after the very last group stage games, which will take place on June 27th. For those based in the San Francisco Bay Area like I am, almost all of the games will be played at night, likely to avoid the summer heat in San Jose, where the stadium is located. The only day game will be between Qatar and Switzerland starting at 12 p.m. noon Pacific time. Outside of that one game, the other games will all be at night under the lights, with the earliest game being the stadium's round of 32 game, which starts at 5 p.m., and the latest starting at 9 p.m. Pacific time. That's midnight on the East Coast. Very, very late night games. And for fellow Mexico national team fans like myself, obviously, the three big games to watch will be their games versus South Africa, South Korea, and whoever they will end up playing from playoff path D out of UEFA, which we will know in March. Mexico's game versus South Africa will easily be the biggest game that both Mexico fans and all football fans worldwide will be watching, as it will be the opening game of the 2026 tournament. The opening game between Mexico and South Africa will take place on June 11th in Estadio Azteca at 12 p.m. noon Pacific time, 2 p.m. In Ciudad de Mexico. As for Mexico's second and third group stage games, both of them will be games that start as the sun sets and end under the stadium lights at night, with both games starting at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. in Guadalajara and Ciudad de Mexico. Mexico's second game versus South Korea will be played in Estadio Guadalajara on June 18th, and then the Mexico national team will go back to Estadio Azteca, where they will play their final group stage game versus their respective European opponent on June 24th. I am really excited and looking forward to the Mexico national team's games in the World Cup, where Mexico and its iconic Estadio Azteca will be making history as the first country and stadium to host the FIFA World Cup 3 times. I'm looking forward to the tournament as a whole, with it being the first tournament with 48 teams and a round of 32 in the elimination phase of the tournament. I have a good feeling that this World Cup will be epic. Andres from AA Sports. I plan to put the link to FIFA's website, which contains the full 2026 World Cup schedule, for you guys in the comments section. That way you guys can also know the full World Cup schedule as well. With that, visit FIFA's website showing the full 2026 World Cup schedule, and then come back to the comments section for this video and tell me in the comments which games you are most excited to see. Whether it's Mexico, Colombia, Argentina, Korea, Japan, Portugal, New Zealand, Spain, or one of the teams competing for their first time ever in the World Cup, like Cabo Verde, or Jordan, or Uzbekistan. If it's one of the teams competing in their first ever World Cup, or one of the top teams that is seen as a contender entering 2026. Tell me in the comments which games and teams you are most excited to watch in 2026. With that, thanks for watching and listening, and I look forward to watching the 2026 FIFA World Cup.